Okay, so welcome to part 7 of how to build a megacity. In this one we're going to be doing some of the touch-up work on the city, such as the libraries have to be completed. I think I only put a few of those in the last part. And I'm going to end up pressing play again and doing a little bit more here. So trying to figure out where the libraries were. I'm pretty sure I put the ones on the sides here. Yeah, I put the ones right there. I just got to put the ones on the corner now. So each of these corner sections of the map is going to have 3 libraries. There were sometimes I did 4, but I found 3 could stretch pretty well. So I'll put one. Let's just zoom out a little bit here. Yeah, you can tell at the 600,000 people mark, it starts to lag the system a little bit when I start zooming in and out too much. But let's see, easier way to do this might be look at zoning. Yeah. So I'm going to put one right about here. Get another one right down here. And the third one to cover off that square, this corner I mean, sorry, right here. Sorry, that's my son getting a little bit rowdy, but I put them on the same kind of areas where I was putting the museums, right next to the parks and the subways there. Yeah, you can see right there is where I put one in the last part there, right before I closed it off. So I'm going to do these next couple really quick here. So now I've got all the libraries in, which should be the final of the education. Let's see how many more of these special plopables I have. I think we're good to go to press play. I'm just going to check everything again. So taxes still at 9% except for dirty and manufacturing. Ordinances all on except for water, power, and the youth curfew, because those all have negative effects that don't really help me at all in what I'm doing. And the health and education I'm going to put up to 100% now. So I'm going to press play here now. And so as you just saw, I put the health and education up to 100%, but health I'm actually going to bump up a little bit more than that. I'm going to put right to the top. And the education is right at the line where it normally would be, the 100% mark. But if I remember correctly, the high schools can be tuned down a little bit to about 2,500 or so, because they'll almost never go over that, around the 2,500 funding mark. And that's the high schools on the sides of the map here. So now I've got everything all lined up here, I believe. The health and education should be set up. Okay, so now I'm just going to leave it on play here for a little bit, and what I found was the quickest way to get it to progress here after I press play is to click it on zoning. You can zoom it out pretty much as far as you want when it's on zoning, and you can see where each of the new developments is happening across the map, and it lets the ticker go extra fast here. So I'm just going to let it do this for a couple years and see what the next stage pops up here. It looks like we're hitting our first stage here, which is when the demand first falls. So I'm going to take the data view back off so I can see what's developed here. And as you can see, there's been a lot of changes. We've got a nice good circle of development on the outside here. But the demand has fallen. So this is our first stage of when we start switching stuff up. So I'm going to put it on pause here just for a second and go into the budget. And what I do is I bump all of the tax rates down to 8%, except for dirty and manufacturing again. So there we go, gonna press play again. This time I can watch it from out here for a little while, and I'm just gonna let it go for a couple more years. The demand should pop right back up there within a little bit. Let's just have a look to see if there's any more plopables that have popped up. We do got one. The main library, which we can chuck down here. Let's put it back here on this block. we got, I believe, all the plopables that I'm aware of going here. So I'm going to zoom back out a little bit more. There we go. And let it go for another couple of years here once it catches up. And again, I'm probably going to put this on fast forward once I do the video, just because I'm not going to be making any changes here. Just kind of wait for it. I think it's going to be in about 1 million before the next little switch up if I have to make it. Okay, so now this seems like a good time to start making a couple little changes here. And what I'm first going to do here is the infrastructure rebuild, which is water, power, and garbage. And what I do for that is just zoom in, destroy the water. Oh, of course I took the road. Rebuild the pumps. And the plant condition is not too bad, but still it helps to destroy them and rebuild them as often as possible when you're building these mega cities. Looks like it's wanting to get a little bit glitchy on me here. I'm going to build the rest of the recycling plants now too while I have the time. I'm just going to stick them in pretty much anywhere that I can down here in the corner. This will help getting rid of that little bit of garbage there that's built up there. And the final thing I do is building the trees, or plant, I shouldn't say building trees. You plant the trees all around this bottom corner here. So I'm just going to cover this whole corner, all the zone spots that haven't really developed because of pollution. I'm going to build trees here. One thing I'm kind of surprised that we hit 1 million and haven't had to upgrade the airport yet. Let's check in a couple trees here and there that are a little bit different, just for some variance. Okay, so let's press play again, let those trees build out, and another final thing of development that I haven't done yet is destroying those dirty industrial ones that built right at the very beginning of when we started playing, or when we started rebuilding. Even with the tax rate really high, some of them still squeak through just to make some kind of industrial there, so I'm just going to erase all the ones that I can see just to get them out of there. It reduces the pollution just enough that the high-tech industrial should boom up a little bit quicker here. It's basically destroy everything with a smokestack that you see along the industrial. Speaking of that, I forgot to rebuild the power plants here too, so don't forget to press pause first there, but pop the power plants in. 1, 2, 3, 4. around that last one with the that empty kind of commercial park looking space, so I can see it from the region view, and then go about my way destroying the industrial again. I'm thinking that should be most of it. Another good way to check to see if you have any left is looking down here, and it looks like I got $6 worth of manufacturing, so actually only 1 or 2 buildings at the 11% there, so that's fine. I don't really care about those. And the dirty is at 0 now, so that means all the dirty industrial buildings have been destroyed. So with the trees planted, dirty industrial destroyed, the waste to energy and the water plants and the power plants all rebuilt here. I can go back to the center again, zoom it out, and then press play again. So what I just did there a second ago was upgrading the airport, and yeah, I was kind of surprised it hadn't happened earlier because the numbers are up there. It's going to take a little while for it to get to the large stage here, but we've got time. Our final goal is 1.25 million, so we're still 100,000 away from that, which seems really close, but that one last couple 100,000 always take the longest amount of time to get here. So what I'm going to do here is save this up, see if it's going to be the end of this video. I think it might be because this one's been going on for a little while. And then start the last video in the How to Build the Mega City series.